So last week I wrote a Substack post for my newsletter, The Economy of Algorithms, and it got crazy. People like it, people share it. I've never received so many likes for an article. I think there's something about it, and I think the article makes people think. So I thought, uh, why don't I read it out loud, just like now, for those of you who don't read email newsletters and maybe prefer not to visit the Substack webpage while they're driving. The article is called The 80% Mistake, with a subtitle Creation Got Cheap, Curation Became Priceless. I just spent 4 hours on a document, 40 minutes writing it with AI, 3 hours making it brilliant. My boss thinks I'm wasting time. My boss is wrong. In fact, I should have spent longer. A colleague discovered this last week. 100-page policy review, 1-day deadline. Instead of rushed notes, he fed it to AI. 20 minutes later, comprehensive analysis. Done? Absolutely not. The work really started then. He spent the rest of the day sculpting, not fixing errors. I didn't find any hallucinations, he told me. He was removing politically naive recommendations, adding context AI couldn't know, and iterating until perfect. His team's response? They were surprised. They expected quick notes. Instead, they received strategic insights worth a week-long workshop. I spent 4 times longer refining than generating, he told me over a breakfast coffee. But I produced something 10 times better than I could have done alone. That's when it clicked. He had discovered the Pareto Flip. Most people haven't yet. The ancient law that AI just inverted. I'm sure you heard about the Pareto principle. 80-20 isn't just a rule of thumb. It shows up everywhere. Earthquake magnitudes, wealth distribution, pea pods in Pareto's garden. In business, we see it in how reports move through organizations. Someone spends 80% of the total time creating it, and their boss spends 20% reviewing it. Every analyst writing for executives knows this. Every middle manager preparing board materials. Every team lead submitting quarterly reviews. AI flipped it. Creation now costs nothing. Curation costs everything. But here's the kicker that made me write this post. Most people haven't noticed. They're still doing 5-minute prompts, 5-minute cleanup, wondering why their AI output reads like spam. This is insane. We're treating Gen AI output like human drafts. Quick scan, minor edits, done. But Gen AI doesn't make typos. It makes confident nonsense. It fills gaps with plausible fiction instead of asking for clarity. Curating AI content isn't editing, it's diamond grading, finding the flaws in what looks flawless. The smart users of Gen AI, they're spending 40 minutes prompting and then 3 hours sculpting. Do they save time? Probably not. Do they get better quality? You bet. They produce work that makes everyone else wonder what their secret is. Everyone thinks Gen AI is about efficiency, but it's a wrong metric. It's about leverage. Why CNET's disaster was actually perfect. In 2023, CNET generated 77 financial articles with AI. 6 weeks later, humans had to review every sentence. More than half of these articles contained inaccuracies and even plagiarized content. Creation minutes, cleanup weeks. CNET discovered the Pareto Flip through disaster. Most organizations don't even get that far. They're stuck in what I call the Pareto flop. Minimal prompting, minimal curation, minimal value. Why nobody measures what matters? That 80% isn't wasted, it's amplified. My colleague didn't spend 80% checking grammar. He spent it having senior level dialogue with infinite perspectives. AI gave him every possible angle. He picked, refined, and enhanced the best ones. He didn't save time, he multiplied capability. Lawyer Steven Schwartz learned this backwards. He submitted ChatGPT's fake cases to the court. Did he try to check the results? Oh, yes. He asked the same ChatGPT whether the cases were real. I'm not joking. He asked the liar if it was lying. It said no. A proper verification would have taken 30 minutes. He was sanctioned and given a $5,000 fine. Now, on the flip side, a 2025 randomized controlled trial of AI in legal practice found that lawyers using reasoning focused or retrieval augmented AI tools produced higher quality work, not faster work. The real gain wasn't minutes saved, but better reasoning, clearer arguments, and fewer errors, a perfect illustration of the Pareto Flip in action. Smart organizations are not measuring time saved, they're measuring capability multiplied. The skills nobody's teaching. The flip demands different capabilities. We trained people to create with AI, all these prompting tricks. Now we need them to curate AI outputs, to recognize the angel in AI's marble. Spotting hallucinations is a start, but what really matters is recognizing when something's technically correct, but strategically wrong, when tone is perfect, but timing is terrible, when logic is flawless, but politics are fatal. These are editor skills, not writer skills, and most of us never learn them. Your Monday morning move. Pull up last month's AI assisted document. Track three numbers: creation time, probably 5 minutes; curation time, also 5 minutes; quality multiplier, be honest, 1.2 times better than human only. Now flip your process. Spend 5 minutes on the brief, context, constraints, examples, edge cases. Then spend 20 minutes curating. Watch your quality multiplier hit 5x or maybe even 10x. The bottom line. We're measuring AI impact like it's 1896, counting hours saved while ignoring value multiplied. My colleague's review was 10 times better, not because he used AI, because he spent 80% of his time curating. Organizations counting creation time are playing yesterday's game. The ones mastering the Pareto Flip, they're playing a different game entirely. In the economy of algorithms, the scarce resource isn't content, it's curation. And curation, it seems, follows an inverted law that would make Pareto himself flip. Okay, so that's the article. I thought I would read it for you, and maybe there are a few of you who enjoyed me reading it. If you did, if this audio format works for you, let me know, please. I'm testing it out. See you.